Hey guys, Kaine here from the Gamers of Australia, bringing you a Highlander Newbie mix where players sign up to an event to get coached by the pros of Highlander and 6 vs 6. Aya was one of them, Ishanu was one, Maxim, Raph and Reptile. These are our coaches who taught us how to play as a team, what our classes do. It was a very good day. I enjoyed myself, learnt lots of things. Reptile, in this video you're watching, is going to teach you how to do everything in your class pretty much, and it's very instructive. So I thought it was, so I thought you guys should know it. So have fun, enjoy it, and the next two videos are combat and what we did, how we played, playstyles. Yeah, enjoy.
Heavy plays as the pocket for the medic, the protector, and basically the heavy's good at, getting rid of spam, like from jumping soldiers and jumping demos. The heavy does pretty much the most damage besides the demo, so the heavy's really good for just damage infliction and damage output. Because of the 450 buff, yeah, the heavy's just like a tank.
Going back.
The heavy's always basically with the medic. Those two are pretty much paired up. That's just briefly the heavy. Pyro, probably first objective is to protect the medic as well from spies, and basically to spy check. Because of the flamethrower, it's just so easy to spy check for a pyro.
Yeah.
You can play quite passively at first. Most pyros tend to roam at the beginning, and it's sort of bad because the spy usually comes from behind and gets the medic pick. The medic's basically the most important player on the team, by the way, so yeah. Once the spy is down though, pyro, you can play a bit more aggressive and play up front.
Do you mind if I use the shotgun instead of the flare gun?
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. As for Spy is a roaming class along with Soldier and Scout. Basically, your jobs are to watch flanks, not so much Spy. Spy is more about getting into the battle and getting picks and stuff, and communicating. I'll get to that in a second. Soldier and Scout are more about watching the flanks, etc., and that sort of stuff. Who am I missing? Demo's main objective is damage output. So just using your pipes and stickies, basically doing a lot of damage. Sniper is also basically watching the flanks as well and getting picks. Using Girardi is also a good idea because obviously the team is more damaged. I just want to go over this really quickly. I know you guys are all keen to play.
I just got a question.
Sure.
What's a good time to use Uber or crits? Like, is it crits mainly for defense and Uber for offense?
Good question. On this map, this is a payload map, so there's setup time, and almost always we would be using Uber because you've got the setup time to build an Uber. Whereas with a Koth map, the spawn time is instant. So once you spawn, you get out there. So sometimes you can use crits and sometimes you can use Uber depending on the situation and how you want to work that game.
Are we going to be suiciding for the NG, like classes like such as Pyro?
Yeah, sure. I'll get to that. For this map, I'll be building a level 3 sentry. If you guys actually probably not a good idea. I'll be building a sentry on the right hand ridge, and that'll be level 3. I'll build a teleporter and dispenser. I'll need basically 3 suicides for the sentry and dispenser. So most common suicides are basically the sniper, the scout, the soldier, because their respawn times are pretty quick.
So what do you mean by suicides? Exactly.
Means you're killing yourself, so you give up the metal for the engineer. So I build a quicker sentry
Yeah.
gun.
Oh
So-
shit, yeah, I get it now, yep.
Yeah.
So don't like fire off a bunch of shots on your way, because then you might pick up the gun instead of the NG, and that would be annoying. Because I
Sorry,
would hate
yeah.
to have dropped my sniper rifle and have a demo man pick it up because he was shooting pipes like an idiot.
Yeah, that does happen. It's not too much of a big deal. We can always just get another person to suicide, but yeah, it's basically the Roman classes that suicide straight up. If you guys all want to go spec like the other team did and just spec me, so I'll just change the scout because it's easier to move around. Yep, just go to spec. Do we have anyone that's AFK?
I think aces, but oh well.
No, I'm not.
Just go spec ace and I'll just show you a few things. Alright, so basically, we want to be setting up on the ridge. So basically, up here. I'll be building a level 3 sentry up here. And I'll wrangle it if needed. And that's basically our first line of defense. So I'll have a sentry here, maybe a dispenser there, and teleporters usually, you know, underneath the stairs or on the top of the health kit. That's the basic setup for this payload map. The sentry's a great defense, and with the sentry you'll obviously have your engineer supporting it, you'll have your medic, and you'll have your heavy up here as well. Hang on, someone's messaging me, so annoying.
You would have your pyro up there too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm running them all, so I can remove sappers.
Okay, that's actually a good idea. Sorry, I was just interrupted before. Pyro with the combo is also a good idea. Just spamming. The most common way for them to uber in is on this top ridge up here. So basically you'll want the pyro there to just push them off the edge. So you feel free to uber the pyro, uber the heavy. Demo man can be basically watching the flank, or you can be up here depending on what's needed. Sniper can be over here watching this line, or alternatively watching the tunnel down here. Scout is basically, your role is to clean up kills, which basically gives you all the points. So a lot of the time a scout will have a very good score because the scout's role is to basically, you know, if a heavy and demo are doing all the damage, then the scout does the cleanup and gets the kill.
Yeah, sure, I'll be the janitor.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good role, gets you all the points, and it's fun because you get the kills. But you need to be careful, you don't want to overextend. I think the biggest mistakes for new players is overextending, baiting your team, and all that sort of stuff. Overextending means you're moving onto the enemy line, and it's basically you're going to get yourself killed, or you're going to get your team killed. So if there's one person or a group of people that are overextending, then you've gone too far. That just means, you know, you're going to be killed. So basically this is our first line of defense. So we've got our sentry, we've got our heavy, medic, pyro, sniper down there or in the tunnel. Who am I missing? Spy's
Soldier.
basically, soldier is roaming, so basically means you're trying to get picks. You're also watching the flanks. So if we're watching up there, it's the combo of the sentry, then the soldier can be watching the hill here, or the tunnel, trying to slow down the cart, trying to get a med pick, trying to make them pop early, force their Uber. They're all things that a soldier should be looking to do. Spy, exact same thing pretty much, and Spy's got the benefit of being invisible sometimes, which means they'll be behind the enemy behind the enemy lines, and they can sort of communicate like Uber percentages and stuff like that just by like looking at the enemy medic's gun. So the spy needs to be pretty up to date with that sort of stuff. Have I missed anyone?
Sorry, where did you want me again? In the tunnel.
Which class are you playing?
I'm playing sniper.
You can either watch up here. This is a good basic sniping position. You can, you know, move around there and watch the flank there. You can also get up here as sniper. Oh shit, I'm stuck.
Yeah, I know the spots. I was just wondering where you wanted me to go in particular.
Yeah. So up there is also a pretty good spot, and tunnel. If you want to, I mean, if you can see, there's like 3 times on cart, and the cart's just starting to move into the tunnel. Maybe it's a good time to reposition yourself to try and get a pick on the tunnel.
Alright.
Mostly it'll be engineer, scout, sniper on the cart, maybe, depending on which classes they want to utilize to push the cart. So that's basically our first defense. We need to call early if we want to abandon the first defense. So that basically means we're losing a lot of players, the sentry's down, so we want to start to build on the next point. So they've captured the first point. We want to start building on roof because it's the second line of defense and it's the best place to build a sentry. So I'll start building a sentry either here or around over here, depending on, you know, what the situation is like. Normally up here you'll have the same as on the cliff. You'll have the heavy, the medic, you'll have the pyro, and perhaps the demo, depending on if they want to push the roof. Down here you'll have the sniper, maybe the scout, and soldier, depending on who wants to watch the flank. And that's basically our second line of defense. And same goes for the first line of defense. If something happens, like the sentry goes down, that sort of stuff, and we start to lose players, then we need to call it pretty early to move back our line of defense, just to slow them down. And then on C, a common sentry place is in this building here. Heavy and medic can sometimes stay up around here, right over there. And pyro, yeah, around the medic and heavy. Then the last hold, you can have a sentry here or a sentry in here, a sentry up there, depending on what sort of defense we want. Yeah, most of the time they're going to try and push in through this main choke point here. So this is a good place for the sniper to stand around here. Pyro can just push them back here. If they're clever, they might try and wrap around the back, but we'll be able to catch them off guard, I think, because we'll see them coming. A lot of the time, they'll go through map room and drop down and try and get the sentry. They really need to know for sure where the sentry is, though. So, yeah. Oh, they've readied up, so I better finish this up. Just quickly, in terms of gameplay and game sense, it's not about getting kills. It's about playing safe and doing damage, basically. There are times where you can play aggressive, but mostly it's about playing smart. It's important to survive, because that's basically one of your biggest priorities. Another big priority is to keep the medic alive and keep the damage classes alive, like the heavy and the demo, because they're doing all the damage. So you really need to prioritize, and I mean, if you see a pick and you think you can take it, then it's definitely worth the risk. Otherwise, you know, you should not go for it. You shouldn't chase kills either. If a kill, you know, if a player backs out and you can't reach him, then you should just leave him. It's not worth chasing him for your life, because everyone is important on the team. Yeah, if you guys want to start joining again, I'll just go back to engineer. Do you guys have any questions?
Nope. I don't anyway.
I sort of do. Like with the as soon as the game like starts type of thing, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how to like if I'm playing demo or soldier or something, if I get stuck with that class, if I can't get my own class, I can't like sticky jump or rocket jump around. I need to learn how to do that. So like what's the best way of actually like doing that from this map thing? If that makes sense.
Oh, hang on, we've lost a player. I'll answer your question in a second.
Sure.
I think Raph might be playing. He's already joined anyway.
Yeah, my job's easy, so... Well, I think it's easy.
So in Highlander, you've got a dedicated class, basically. So if you die on demo, then you have to respawn as demo. You can't change when you die. I mean, if you decide to change classes later on during the tournament or during scrims, and you decide that class is not for you, then that's fair enough. During games, you've got one class and you need to stick to it. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, sure.
Are we good to go? Do you guys want to start?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Alright, I'm just gonna ready us up then.
Reptile's team of amazing people. Here we go.
Oh wait, one more question, yeah?
Yep.
Now you said you want us to suicide.
Yep.
If the descent